back to another piano expressive session. Today, let's learn how to create expressive, smooth, even and connected musical phrases. But before we do that, check in with your posture. Make sure your back is straight and your neck is long, your shoulders are relaxed, your feet are flat on the floor. You've got forearms that are angled down towards the keys or level with the keys, and you've got those lovely dome-shaped hands, curved fingers, and lovely relaxed wrists. You're also feeling positive, relaxed, and ready to focus on learning these new skills. These are all the things that we've looked at so far, and you probably know them off by heart now. Your interaction with the keys and those wrists, engaging your hearing, moving smoothly between the keys using that detached articulation, creating flowing coordinated hand gestures, engaging your imagination, shaping your phrases and selecting tempos to create your musical character and your musical story, and playing horizontally to move the music forward. Today we're taking a break from playing mezzo staccato or detached, and we're going to have a look at playing legato to create expressive, smooth, even connected musical phrases. Given that we're branching into a whole new section of learning, it's probably a good time to take stock and reflect. Have you noticed any changes in your playing style? Has the sound of your music become richer and more lyrical? Are you more aware and listening more closely to the music coming from the piano? Are you more aware of what's going on in the sheet music because you're analysing it much more closely? Is this multi-pronged approach becoming just part of the way you approach your piano playing? Here's today's short tune entitled The Little Shepherd. You can see we've got a little shepherd out very early in the morning blowing on his little musical pipe. And we're going to use this one to start looking at playing legato expressively. As you can see, it's a very short tune with not much more going on in it than the legato slurs, so we can concentrate pretty much just on them. Our tempo marking is moderately. We're counting 2 beats in a bar, and again both hands are playing in the treble clef. We've got our right hand playing first of all, followed by our left hand. And unlike all our tunes before, we've got 2 big legato slurs over each of those group of notes to show that they need to be played smooth, even and connected, also that the sounds are joined up. That means when I play one note, I release it when the next one is played, rather than the we've been playing so far. Let's have a look at how that legato playing might look with our right hand. If you have a look at the music, we're starting on B, on beat 1, followed by G, on beat 2, back to the B, and then back to the G. In our third bar, we're going back to the B again, and then down to the A, and then down to the G. Starting on our 4th finger on the B, and finishing on our 2nd finger on the G. To play that little phrase legato, you can see there's still plenty of opportunity to make sure that your wrists are nice and relaxed as you play down that little phrase. You don't have as much time to do a great big motion, but you still can make sure that you're not striking the keys with your fingers with a very stiff wrist and a very stiff hand, like this. Which gives a very harsh sound. Rather, if we want to create a more gentle lyrical sound, we can play legato with a nice relaxed wrist and make the sound much more pleasing. If we have a look at what comes next, we've got our left hand playing 2 A's with our 3rd finger, down to the G, back to the A, B, followed by A, and then back to the G. So our left hand is pretty much playing on the same notes. And again, we can make sure we've got a nice relaxed wrist in there. So how are we going to create the character of this tune that tells its story? We've got the tempo marking moderately, and really not much else in this piece apart from a decrescendo at the end. I would say listening to those group of notes, that's one musical idea, and it just coincidentally, the legato slur is actually marking off that first little phrase. Sometimes legato slurs indicate a phrase, more often than not they don't though, but in this case they certainly do. So there's our first little phrase, and following that we've got our left hand again, the legato slur is marking out quite nicely that as our second phrase. It's a very short tune. I don't think I'll be doing terribly much because there's not a lot of time. I'll probably be playing it at a moderately loud tempo, so maybe MF, and then just doing a decrescendo at the end. It's very short, so not too much time to do too much fussy stuff. Here's my interpretation of The Little Shepherd. Have a pause and have a play and work on playing those two little phrases with some legato articulation this time rather than our normal mezzo staccato. That's it for this session. Make sure that you have a think about what you've learned and become conscious of incorporating these ideas and techniques into the playing of the other pieces in your piano repertoire.